Chapter 1635. Returning to the ancient battlefield, about 500 million kilometers away from
Primary Star System number 13283.
There is an ancient battlefield. This ancient battlefield is under the jurisdiction of the star system. The naming convention for ancient battlefields is based on the star system number they are located in. In the Human Emperor network, there are hundreds of ancient battlefields, all named this way. After entering the Great World, Lin Moyu had become accustomed to this numbering system. Seems simple and crude, but it is very effective. Since the appearance of the Human Emperor network, the human race has also adapted to this method. In the past, with various names, it might have been difficult to immediately identify the location and level of a star system just by hearing its name. A stream of light flew from the distant sky into the ancient battlefield. With 100 golden armor formations, it would only take 7 months for every member of the Undead Legion to fuse with the golden armor rune. After setting up 100 golden armor formations, Lin Moyu chose to stop. If he continued to set up more golden armor formations, the time could be further shortened. However, in terms of cost-effectiveness, it was no longer very worthwhile. Lin Moyu had already stayed in the starry sky for over 400 days, spending more than a year in silence. For other cultivators, 400 days might pass in the blink of an eye. But for Lin Moyu, who was not yet 40 years old, it was not a short time. After setting up 100 golden armor formations, he also set up several faith formations. At this moment, the faith formations already covered the entire Undead Legion. Including the real world, Lin Moyu could now harvest 100 units of faith power every day. Currently, his faith power had exceeded 40,000 units. Stepping into the second ancient battlefield, he once again felt the vast aura of the ancient battlefield. The ancient aura, fused with the strong faith of the warriors, the indomitable will, the resentment of death, and the indelible fragments of souls. Various complex emotions merged together, ultimately forming powerful and terrifying evil spirits. The ancient battlefield beneath his feet was not far from the previous 12301 ancient battlefield. The aura of the two ancient battlefields was somewhat similar but also different. The battles on this ancient battlefield seemed more intense, and the ruins on the battlefield were more severely damaged. Walking on the ancient battlefield, Lin Moyu could feel a strong sense of desolation. It was as if countless warriors had once howled here in despair and anger. Lin Moyu felt that the warriors on one side of the ancient battlefield had lost. For some reason, he felt a bit heartbroken. This feeling came suddenly and strangely. He stopped to think carefully. He felt that this situation might be related to Meng Anwen. In the previous ancient battlefield, he had seen a tower resembling the Xinxia Tower. Although he couldn't be completely sure it was the Xinxia Tower, an inexplicable feeling told him it was. Naturally, he associated it with Meng Anwen. Subconsciously, Lin Moyu felt that the ancient battlefield also had some inexplicable connection with him. However, with his current abilities, he couldn't explain this connection. It was too complex and hidden with too many secrets. Lin Moyu fell into deep thought again, motionless. Evil spirits roamed the ancient battlefield, sensing the presence of a living being, and rushed towards Lin Moyu. The evil spirits were filled with resentment, obsession, and various chaotic emotions. When they pounced on Lin Moyu, he remained deep in thought, not reacting. His body emitted a brilliant golden light, and the Divine King Golden Body naturally activated. His body instinctively blocked the invasion of the evil spirits, and the Divine King Golden Body shone brightly on the ancient battlefield, with his blood flowing like thunder. The evil spirits seemed to encounter something terrifying and screamed as they fled. The sound of blood flowing like thunder echoed in the ancient battlefield. Each heartbeat was like a thunderclap, as if the entire ancient battlefield was shaking. The evil spirits retreated, and all the resentment, obsession, and unwillingness were repelled at this moment. Lin Moyu regained his senses, feeling the immense power from every part of his body. The feeling of physical strength was completely different from the feeling of soul strength. The sensation of being filled with power from head to toe was even more captivating. Walking on the ancient battlefield, His steps seemed slow but were actually fast. Lin Moyu's figure moved like teleportation, with each step covering tens of thousands of meters. He once again saw the collapsed tower. The tower still resembled the Xinsha Tower, and the two were very similar. Lin Moyu stopped in front of the ruins of the tower. This tower was more severely damaged, with only some parts of the base remaining, completely collapsed. One could imagine how intense the battle was at that time. If the ancient battlefield itself wasn't strong enough, it would have been reduced to powder long ago. With the experience from the previous time, Lin Moyu found a fist mark, an enormous fist mark. Around the fist mark were dense cracks like a spider web. The cracks extended deep into the ancient battlefield. Lin Moyu was even certain that it was this punch that collapsed the entire ancient battlefield. Given the strength of the ancient battlefield, this wasn't something a divine sovereign could do. As for whether someone in the other shore realm could do it, it was hard to say.
I really don't know how strong their enemies were.
Lin Moyu looked at the fist mark for a while, then followed the cracks into the center of the ancient battlefield, finding the huge passage used for the formation. A large number of skeletal generals were released, searching the ancient battlefield for the formation's veins. Just like last time, Lin Moyu stayed in the passage, examining the remaining runes. The runes were almost identical to those in the previous ancient battlefield, with only some differences in the damaged parts. By cross-referencing and supplementing each other, Lin Moyu became more familiar with the formation of the ancient battlefield. 3 days later, Lin Moyu had walked through the entire ancient battlefield. He had memorized all the runes inside. Although they weren't very useful, they were still a supplement. Unfortunately, the main rune in this ancient battlefield was completely destroyed, and the independent space couldn't be maintained, nor were there any soulfire runes. This was normal. The entire ancient battlefield was almost destroyed, let alone the main rune. Not all ancient battlefields were so lucky. After carefully searching several times, Lin Moyu flew out from the underground. In this ancient battlefield, the harvest wasn't much, but it was better than nothing. Lin Moyu believed that as long as he visited enough ancient battlefields, he would eventually collect enough information to restore the formation. Flying into the starry sky, Lin Moyu turned back to look at the ancient battlefield. Suddenly, his eyes narrowed, and he squinted. A casual glance revealed something different. Lin Moyu returned to the ancient battlefield, back to the ruins of the collapsed tower. The materials of the ruins had fused into one after countless years, and with his current abilities, he couldn't move them. He searched the gaps in the ruins with his eyes. Just now, he saw something shining in the gaps of the ruins. But when he stood in front of the ruins, he couldn't see it. Lin Moyu returned to the sky, back to his original position, and continued to observe. Through the gaps in the ruins, he saw something indeed shining. The light was very faint, buried deep in the ruins, only visible from a specific angle. Lin Moyu had experience with such things. The undying lich flew out, drilling into the ruins. The undying lich's flexible body moved through the gaps. Finally, it reached the bottom of the ruins and found something. 1636 1636. Chapter 1636. Half jade piece, fragmented information. The undying lich returned, holding a glowing jade piece. Lin Moyu took the jade piece, which was only half the size of a palm, thin and delicate. A rune was engraved on the jade piece. The rune's function was to record events. Clearly, this jade piece was used for recording, similar in essence to a memory stone. The difference was that a memory stone required special materials, while this jade piece, apart from being extremely hard, had nothing special about it. The true core was the rune on the jade piece. Without this rune, the jade piece was just a piece of sturdy material. In terms of its level, it could be considered a material of the divine sovereign realm. Unfortunately, the jade piece was only a fragment with part of it already damaged. Lin Moyu carefully observed the half-jade piece. After countless years, the jade piece was full of cracks, and the rune on it was the same.
This is a high-level rune. And it's a top-tier high-level rune.
Lin Moyu identified the rune on the jade piece and made this judgment. The rune seemed simple but was actually quite complex, even more so than the golden armor rune. The fact that it could still be used after being mostly shattered spoke volumes. Using a top-tier high-level rune just to record some images and sounds? Lin Moyu felt it wasn't that simple, unless the recorded information was extremely important. With a thought, a surge of soul power flew out, activating the jade piece. The light on the jade piece grew brighter, and intermittent sounds began to emerge.
Divine path, bitter sea. Body as a vessel, soul. Everything becomes void.
The voice carried a deep sense of despair and a warning. Lin Moyu held the jade piece and had the undying lich search the gaps again for any other jade pieces. This jade piece was severely damaged, and the information within was greatly compromised, almost useless. The undying lich searched carefully but found nothing, and Lin Moyu had to give up. Putting away the jade piece, Lin Moyu left the ancient battlefield and flew towards the secret realm. In the area of
Primary star system number 13283.
Besides an ancient battlefield, there was also a secret realm. The secret realm had a name called the Black Rain Secret Realm. It was said to be a world of water with oceans, lakes, rivers, and streams, all kinds of water bodies. Besides the water on the ground, the most abundant water came from the sky. Strangely, the water on the ground was clear, but the rain falling from the sky was black. This black rain, as black as ink, would turn clear once it entered the oceans and lakes. This transformation between black and clear was quite magical. Some said this transformation contained some kind of law, but no one had ever comprehended any law from it. These people didn't know about the existence of the other shore realm or understand its power. In Lin Moyu's eyes, the ability to suddenly change the nature of black water should be the power of the rules of the other shore realm. This power of rules wasn't exclusive to the other shore realm. Ancient runes in the secret realm could achieve the same. So Lin Moyu wasn't surprised at all. The benefit of broad knowledge was evident. He could see the essence of many things without being shocked. There wasn't much information about the Black Rain secret realm in the Human Emperor network, but Lin Moyu had seen detailed information in the Secret Realm Strategy Group. The Black Rain secret realm had at least 3 stages. The first 2 stages had been cleared with detailed strategies available. The 3rd stage hadn't been conquered yet, and it was unclear if there was a 4th stage. Lin Moyu recalled the strategy information about the Black Rain secret realm in his mind and had a clear plan. He also reviewed the information about nearby secret realms, hoping to cross-reference them for help, though the help might be minimal. On the way, Lin Moyu communicated with the Human Emperor Network to take on the Black Rain Secret Realm task. Although the basic task reward was uniformly 10 Divine City merit points, every bit of merit was valuable. Divine City Task: Explore the Black Rain Secret Realm. Enter the Golden Radiance Secret Realm and collect black water. Restriction: Only those above the 3rd tier of the Divine King Realm and below the Minor Divine Sovereign Realm can enter. Completion condition: Collect 10 portions of black water. Task reward: 10 Divine City merit points. No penalty for failure. Note: while collecting black water, maintain a firm mind, or you may suffer soul damage. Black water only forms at the bottom of oceans, lakes, and large rivers after heavy rain and doesn't last long. Collect quickly. The interior isn't safe, so be cautious. You can use Divine City merit points to buy escape talismans. If in danger, use the talisman to leave the secret realm. After taking the task, Lin Moyu saw the basic task information. This information was useless to him. The Secret Realm Strategy Group's information was much more detailed. To search for black water, a few conditions must be met. First, it must rain in the Black Rain Secret Realm. The rain must be heavy or torrential. Light rain is useless. The rain in the Black Rain Secret Realm follows a pattern. It rains lightly every 5 days, each time lasting a day. After 2 light rains, the 3rd rain is always heavy. After a heavy rain, black water may appear at the bottom of lakes, oceans, or large rivers. However, black water contains a peculiar power that can confuse the mind. During collection, various illusions may appear. Some people felt they had entered another world, while others felt they had turned into cats or dogs. If they endured, nothing would happen. If they couldn't, the black water would disappear, and their soul would be damaged. It seemed like a task without life-threatening danger, but it was actually more troublesome than life-threatening danger. Once the soul is damaged, recovery is extremely difficult. However, this wasn't a problem for Lin Moyu. The second point to note was torrential rain. In the Black Rain secret realm, torrential rain sometimes occurs. Unlike heavy rain, torrential rain directly attacks the soul. If exposed for too long, even a minor divine sovereign would suffer soul damage. Moreover, torrential rain is unavoidable. It will drench you no matter where you are, even at the bottom of the ocean. The third point is rune beasts. Lin Moyu now knew that the giant beasts in the secret realms had a unified name: rune beasts. The name was given by the Secret Realm Strategy Group, not an official name. At least everyone in the Secret Realm Strategy Group called them that. While collecting black water, you might encounter rune beasts. If you fall into an illusion and are attacked by a rune beast, you can only rely on yourself. This was just the first stage. The real danger lay in the second stage. 1637, 1637. Chapter 1637. Reminiscence in the Secret Realm. Outside the Black Rain secret realm, many cultivators were gathered. It was like the entrance to a dungeon in a small world, always attracting a crowd. They were exchanging experiences and discussing who had entered the secret realm, why they failed their tasks, and so on. The final result was always a loss, not only failing to earn Divine City merit points but possibly even losing money. Over time, no one attempted such things anymore. The task seemed simple: wait for the next heavy rain and quickly collect black water. But in practice, various unexpected situations always occurred. Many people tried several times without success. Fortunately, there was no penalty for task failure, so they could keep trying. However, some people suffered soul damage and had to leave to recuperate. Lin Moyu's arrival did not attract any attention. He went to the secret realm's entrance, communicated with the vortex, and smoothly entered the secret realm. As soon as he entered, it was raining lightly. The black raindrops fell, making the whole world look gray and dark. Lin Moyu stood in the rain, but the rain couldn't wet him. Half a meter around him, the hell of bones enveloped him, blocking the black rain. Lin Moyu observed carefully and found that the black rain was not actually rain but rune fragments. Just like in previous secret realms, the essence of the black rain and the golden rain was the same. However, the black rain was not as aggressive as the golden rain. Even ordinary cultivators wouldn't be harmed by the black rain unless it was a torrential downpour. In that case, the black rain could be considered harmless.
I don't know if this is the first or second rain. I'll have to wait a few days for a heavy rain.
Lin Moyu thought. He released a large number of skeletal god warriors to explore the secret realm. This exploration was different from before. It had a strong purpose. With a strategy guide, there was no need for aimless searching, greatly improving efficiency, at least in the first and second stages. The skeletal god warriors flew out in all directions, their white bodies faintly glowing with golden light. These skeletal god warriors, formed by fusing 3 basic skeletons, also inherited the golden armor rune. Now, they had the peak attack power of a minor divine sovereign and defense comparable to a first-tier divine sovereign. If they encountered someone like Dongfang Zhe, a single skeletal god warrior could make him curse. The skeletal god warriors moved through the light rain like arrows, breaking through the raindrops. The black rain couldn't touch them, as the golden armor rune's faint golden light blocked all the black rain. Although the black rain seemed harmless, it could activate the golden armor rune, indicating its complexity. Half a day later, Lin Moyu found his target. The Black Rain's secret realm was a world of water, with rivers flowing on the ground and lakes everywhere. There was also a seemingly endless ocean. In the center of the ocean was an island, the destination of this trip and the key to unlocking the second stage. The island, located in the ocean's center, was rarely visited. Most people collected black water after a heavy rain and left. Only those seeking further progress would search for special areas in the secret realm. A stream of light broke through the sky, and Lin Moyu appeared above the island. He looked down at the island and muttered,
Having a strategy guide is really convenient.
Without a strategy guide, he would have had to spend considerable effort and thought to find the correct method. Now it was straightforward.
Now I just need to wait for a torrential rain.
The destination was reached, but the second condition, a torrential rain, was still needed. Torrential rain could appear at any moment or take several days or even tens of days. Lin Moyu was not in a hurry and waited quietly. During this time, he continued studying runes. He hadn't fully mastered all the runes in the
symbol language
and needed further study. The path of runes was complex and profound. Sometimes, studying the same rune dozens or hundreds of times could reveal new insights. The same rune, drawn by different fifth-tier symbol masters, could have vastly different power. Mastery wasn't just about the surface of the rune but understanding its deeper principles to truly unleash its power and even turn decay into magic. Half a day later, the black rain suddenly stopped. The secret realm seemed to brighten a bit. 3 days later, the skeletal god warriors returned. They had reached the secret realm's edge, confirming it wasn't infinite. The entire secret realm's map was now clear in Lin Moyu's mind. The ocean was the center of the secret realm, and the island was the center of the ocean. It was no surprise that the island was the entrance to the second stage. On the 5th day, the black rain fell again. Lin Moyu looked up at the sky.
Still light rain.
The 5th day was still light rain, indicating that when he first entered the secret realm, it was the first light rain. So, in another 5 days, there would be a heavy rain, allowing him to collect black water and complete the task. As for the torrential rain, he could only wait for it to come. Lin Moyu continued studying runes, not wasting any time. As expected, 5 days later, another black rain fell. The rain quickly turned from light to heavy within seconds. The dense raindrops hit the ocean, creating beautiful ripples. In the heavy rain, the ocean water became clearer, revealing the bottom. It seemed as if all the colors were drawn away by some force. Lin Moyu saw the black water mentioned in the task. Fist-sized clusters of black water formed under the ocean's surface, standing out in the clear water. Each cluster of black water counted as one portion. Lin Moyu's mind moved, and the skeletal god warriors entered the ocean to collect the black water. Their slender white bones passed through the black water but couldn't catch anything. The black water seemed non-existent. Lin Moyu knew the reason and was just conducting a small experiment. He didn't enter the ocean but extended his soul power, forming a giant hand to grab the black water. This time, the black water was easily caught. The black water existed between reality and illusion, requiring soul power to capture it. Lin Moyu controlled his soul power to retrieve the black water. Suddenly, numerous rune fragments appeared in the black water, shaking his soul. A virtual scene appeared before his eyes, quickly turning real. Lin Moyu found himself back in the small world, participating in a job transfer at school.
Such nostalgia.
His eyes showed a hint of reminiscence. Lin Moyu didn't break the illusion but actively engaged in it. 1638 1638. Chapter 1638. How many can see through the multitudes? Looking at the familiar scenes, they were images from his own memory. Lin Moyu saw the campus, the city, and the houses where he grew up. They held many beautiful memories. Some memories were so beautiful that they were buried in the cruel world, unwilling to be recalled for fear of being tainted by cruelty. But now, these memories were unearthed and turned into real images. They had never been so real, as if they truly existed. Lin Moyu couldn't bear to shatter such beauty. He watched the scenes unfold as if he were a third party. The original illusion was supposed to trap Lin Moyu, making him relive his student days. However, Lin Moyu's soul level was too high for the black water to affect him. Time in the illusion passed quickly, like a fast-forwarded movie of his life. When his student days ended, Lin Moyu sighed softly, closed the memories again, and buried them once more. These were his beautiful memories, and no one could take them away. The calm sea suddenly began to stir. A rune beast burst out from the water, charging straight at him. It had a sharp arrow-like head, 3 meters long, and its huge body was covered in barbs. It looked more like a porcupine in the water than a fish. Lin Moyu remained motionless. A skeletal god general appeared beside him. The rune beast's arrow-like head collided with the skeletal god general. A pale golden light shone, and illusory armor appeared on the skeletal god general. The armor glowed with golden runes, and the rune beast was instantly knocked back. The armor remained intact, and the rune beast couldn't break through it. The skeletal god general swung its sword, and the sharp white sword energy engulfed the rune beast. The rune beast was killed, turning into black raindrops that disappeared. The water exploded, and more rune beasts charged out, transforming into arrows aimed at Lin Moyu. The skeletal god general stood in front of Lin Moyu, its golden light flashing, fully revealing the golden armor rune. The golden armor, hovering between illusion and reality, appeared faintly. The rune beasts collided with it and were all knocked back without exception. The golden armor remained unmoved, as if it felt nothing. The skeletal god general wielded its sword, continuously slaying the rune beasts. These rune beasts, whether in speed or attack strength, had reached the 6th or even 7th tier of the Divine King realm. According to the minimum entry standard for the secret realm, a 3rd or 4th tier Divine King cultivator would be killed by just one rune beast. The rune beasts in the ocean were stronger than those in rivers and lakes, so most people chose to collect black water from rivers and lakes. Although the quantity of black water in rivers and lakes was less than in the ocean, it was safer. By searching more locations, they could still collect enough black water to complete the task. If they couldn't, they could wait for another heavy rain. There was no penalty for failing the task, so they could try again. In Lin Moyu's view, compared to the previous 2 secret realms, the Black Rain secret realm was much safer. As long as there was no torrential rain, there was almost no danger. Lin Moyu pulled a portion of black water from the ocean, holding it in his hand. Once the black water left the ocean, it immediately began to solidify, forming a round mass. The outer layer became hard and smooth like glass. It looked like a black crystal with no other special features. When Lin Moyu opened his soul eye, the black crystal changed. Numerous runes appeared on its surface, flowing like water. Each rune was fragmented and broken, like shattered foam.
The Human Emperor Network issued a task to collect black water, likely to study these runes. Reassembling these runes would be extremely difficult. Perhaps the Human Emperor Network has better methods, but the difficulty remains high, almost impossible.
Lin Moyu understood what the Human Emperor Network, or rather, the big shots in the other shore realm, wanted. In his view, obtaining more black water was of little use. It was nearly impossible to restore the original form of the runes from these fragments. Only by completely clearing the secret realm and revealing the final corner of the rune would the overall acquisition be useful. With 2 experiences of clearing secret realms, Lin Moyu was very clear about the essence of secret realms. The entire secret realm was composed of a fragment of a rune. Even if the fragments were successfully restored, the final result would still be a fragment of a rune. A fragment of a rune was just a tiny part of an ancient rune, possibly less than 1%.
It's really a complicated situation.
Lin Moyu couldn't help but sigh. There were too many secrets in this world. Too many things he couldn't see clearly. Among the multitudes, how many could truly see through? Most people only saw what was in their own world. Even divine sovereigns, who seemed to traverse the great world, were actually the same. The more he saw and knew, the smaller he felt. A fragment of a rune, just 1% of an ancient rune, was enough to pose a deadly threat to a divine king. If it were more complete, reaching 10%, could it kill a divine sovereign? If it were even stronger, becoming half of an ancient rune, could it threaten the other shore realm? Lin Moyu thought of many possibilities in an instant, increasingly feeling the terror of ancient runes. The secret realms in the middle and high-level areas might be composed of more complete ancient runes. Compared to the secret realms in the low-level areas, Those were the real targets worth strategizing. The sound of clashing metal continued. The rune beasts kept crashing into the golden armor rune. No matter how fiercely they collided, the golden armor rune remained unmoved. The skeletal god general's soul fire continued to burn. After merging with the golden armor rune, the soul fire became the source of the golden armor rune's power. Such collisions couldn't break the golden armor rune, even if they continued for 100 years. The skeletal god general wielded its sword, slaying the rune beasts. Lin Moyu glanced at the still falling heavy rain. His soul power split into 9, forming 9 large hands that simultaneously grabbed 9 clusters of black water. The biggest advantage of searching for black water in the ocean was the abundance of black water, eliminating the need to search everywhere. The 9 large hands grasped the 9 clusters of black water. Instantly, the black water trembled violently, and runes flickered within. Strong energy surged into Lin Moyu's soul, trying to drag it into an illusion. But this time, Lin Moyu didn't want to enter the illusion. With a light hum, the power was isolated outside his soul world. With his other shore realm soul, the illusionary power of the rune fragments couldn't affect him. It was entirely up to him whether he wanted to enter the illusion. The ocean waves grew more turbulent, and more rune beasts leaped out of the water. It seemed Lin Moyu's actions had completely angered them. 1639, 1639. Chapter 1639. If you don't come down, I'll force you down. Lin Moyu didn't know if he was the first to grab 9 clusters of black water at once, but he estimated that not many people could do it. The rune power of the 9 clusters of black water would stack, requiring him to endure 9 times the illusion. Coupled with the attacks of the rune beasts, it would be extremely dangerous if he couldn't react in time. However, Lin Moyu didn't care at all. He declared his strength to the Black Rain's secret realm with an extremely domineering posture. The rune beasts rioted, causing huge waves in the ocean, and tens of thousands of rune beasts rushed out of the sea. Lin Moyu remained calm, not even summoning more skeletal god generals. Only one skeletal god general stood by his side, using the golden armor rune to protect both of them. No matter how fierce the rune beasts' attacks were, they couldn't do anything to Lin Moyu. He forcibly grabbed the 9 clusters of black water. Once out of the water, they quickly turned into 9 black crystals. With 10 portions of black water in hand, the task was complete. The next moment, Lin Moyu took out the
symbol language
and continued studying the runes within. The
symbol language
was vast and profound, and the more Lin Moyu read, the more he found it fascinating. It contained only 180 high-level runes, but each high-level rune was the general outline of a certain type of rune, from which many high-level runes could be derived. In the most extreme case, Lin Moyu had derived 36 high-level runes from a single rune in the
symbol language,
and each derived rune was a high-level rune. Lin Moyu also discovered that as he mastered more runes, he could go back and derive new runes from the ones he had previously learned. These discoveries made Lin Moyu realize that the
symbol language
was not simple. There might be many secrets within it that he had yet to uncover. It made sense. Anything valued by the big shots in the other shore realm wouldn't be simple. After a day of heavy rain, it gradually weakened but didn't stop completely, turning into a light rain that continued for several days. The rune beasts continued to attack Lin Moyu, who had become a thorn in their side. The skeletal god general tirelessly killed the rune beasts, and countless rune beasts had died under its sword over the past few days. After 3 days of continuous light rain, it suddenly stopped. Another light rain fell, lasting only a day, followed by 5 days without rain. On the 6th day, the second light rain began, also lasting a day, followed by another 5 days without rain. Then, another heavy rain fell, and clusters of black water reappeared in the clear ocean. Not only in the ocean, but black water also appeared in all the water bodies in the secret realm during the heavy rain. After a day of heavy rain, it stopped again. The cycle repeated every 18 days. 2 light rains and 1 heavy rain. This cycle continued for 3 rounds without any torrential rain. Without torrential rain, it was impossible to enter the second stage. No one knew when the torrential rain would come. While others hoped to avoid torrential rain, Lin Moyu was waiting for it. Over time, the number of rune beasts attacking Lin Moyu began to decrease. The ocean gradually calmed down, as if the secret realm had become accustomed to Lin Moyu's presence. Lin Moyu had been in the secret realm for 5 cycles, over 100 days. During this time, apart from completing the task, he spent most of his time studying the
symbol language.
After 108 days, he slowly opened his eyes, a hint of excitement flashing in them.
I understand. I finally understand.
Through repeated study and comprehension, Lin Moyu had found the pattern and understood the true essence of the
symbol language.
He once thought that the
symbol language
contained only a portion of high-level runes, not all of them. He had indeed found high-level runes in the Symbol Master Association Tower that were not in the
symbol language.
But now he realized he had underestimated the
symbol language.
The
symbol language
contained all high-level runes. The high-level runes he saw in the Symbol Master Association Tower were all included in the
symbol language.
He just hadn't mastered them yet. The
symbol language
recorded 180 general outline runes, each of which could be broken down into 36 high-level runes, totaling 6,660 runes. These runes were more comprehensive than those in the Symbol Master Association Tower and, according to Lin Moyu's understanding, should include all high-level runes in the Great World. These high-level runes could be fused with each other and with basic runes. The combinations were endless and uncountable. The final rune that could be fused depended on each person's comprehension and mastery of runes. For example, his golden armor rune was composed of 1 high-level rune and 10 basic runes. The golden armor rune was already at a high level, and to further enhance it, more useful high-level runes would need to be integrated. No matter how they were fused, the ultimate goal was to exhibit multiple abilities with a single rune. A single rune could even replace complex formations. 1 rune could form a formation. It could also make the rune stronger, integrating it with the soul and rules, transforming it into a more powerful ancient rune, turning decay into magic, and possessing incredible power. Unknowingly, Lin Moyu's understanding of runes had reached another level. He no longer limited himself to the runes themselves but began to observe from a detached perspective. When you're in the game, you can't see clearly. As a bystander, you can see everything. He gradually understood the essence of runes. Lin Moyu didn't realize that the Tao rhythm he experienced had already touched the highest level of the rune Tao. The benefits brought by the Tao rhythm were subtly and gradually manifesting. On the 93rd day in the secret realm, there was no rain, and everything was calm. The rune beasts no longer leaped out of the sea to attack Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu looked at the sky, and his soul eye silently opened. The sky was filled with dense runes, all fragments of ancient runes. Lin Moyu's gaze gradually became unfocused. He didn't try to forcibly memorize these runes. The ancient runes contained the power of rules, which he couldn't forcibly memorize at his current level. He didn't need to memorize these runes. He just needed to find the pattern of their combinations. Whether it was light rain, heavy rain, or torrential rain, they were all controlled by runes. Since the torrential rain was delayed, he decided to make it rain himself. His fingers seemed to move unconsciously, and a simple rune naturally formed. It was a spell-type rune, a basic rune called
gentle rain.
This rune could make it rain in a specific area. Lin Moyu locked his gaze on a part of the sky and softly chanted. The gentle rain rune flew out like lightning. The rune exploded, instantly activating the runes in the sky. A light rain quickly began to fall. On the 93rd day, it started raining again in the secret realm. This wasn't supposed to be a rainy day. There were still 2 days until the next light rain. But under Lin Moyu's rune, the rain fell as expected. 1,641,640. Chapter 1640. Rune-induced rain, torrential downpour. The second rune was a high-level rune. Lin Moyu's rune's function was to induce rain, but not ordinary rain. It was rain governed by laws. If this rune were to explode on an ordinary star, it could trigger a law-induced torrential downpour. The downpour would last for more than 10 days, enough to flood a significant portion of the planet. If the planet were large enough, it could form a vast ocean. The rune flew into the sky and exploded at the predetermined location set by Lin Moyu. The rain immediately intensified, turning from a light drizzle to moderate rain. However, it was still not enough to become a heavy downpour. After all, this was a secret realm, not an ordinary star. The secret realm was filled with the power of runes, especially ancient runes. The effect of the high-level rune was counteracted and weakened, only slightly increasing the rain.
One isn't enough, so let's use more.
The soul I continued to search the sky, and Lin Moyu's hands kept drawing runes. One high-level rune after another was drawn, flowing like water and emitting the power of water laws. The runes flew into the sky one by one, continuously exploding. The rain gradually intensified, turning from light rain to moderate rain, and then from moderate rain to heavy rain. But no matter how many runes were used, the rain couldn't intensify further. Heavy rain was useless to Lin Moyu. He needed a torrential downpour to trigger the second stage. Looking at the clear seawater, with clusters of black water forming in the sea, Lin Moyu thought,
The heavy rain I induced and the naturally occurring heavy rain in the secret realm are essentially the same. My idea is correct, so where is the problem? Should I use a stronger rune? I can try.
Lin Moyu first thought of the
Source water rune.
from the
Symbol language.
which he understood to be the culmination of water runes. The effect it would produce depended on how it was guided. After a few seconds of thought, he began to draw it. He had already mastered this rune, so drawing it wasn't difficult. In just a few seconds, a complex and three-dimensional rune appeared in his hand. Lin Moyu then drew another rune, the Thunder rune. The Thunder rune was also a high-level rune. Lin Moyu connected the two runes with soul power, intending to use the Thunder rune to trigger the power of the Source Water rune. The Source Water rune contained various water laws and multiple spells. Lin Moyu couldn't predict what would happen when it was triggered. The two runes flew into the sky together. Boom! The Thunder rune exploded, and thunder roared in the sky, with a lightning bolt illuminating the secret realm. The Source Water rune was triggered, creating a spectacular scene in the sky. Water dragons roared, and a suction force arose, lifting seawater into the sky, forming a waterspout. Numerous water dragons appeared in the sky, roaring continuously. Lin Moyu could feel the sky filled with the power of various water laws. Heavy water law, weak water law, cold water law. He saw both familiar and unfamiliar water laws.
As expected of the culmination of water runes.
Lin Moyu marveled at the sight of so many laws converging and intertwining in the sky. A rare spectacle. The water vapor in the sky and sea was absorbed by the various water laws, merging into various wondrous scenes. The rain intensified again, seemingly on the verge of turning into a torrential downpour. Lin Moyu waited quietly, but even as the rune's power was exhausted, the torrential downpour didn't come. He frowned in thought.
Still not enough? The rain did intensify, so my idea should be correct. It just means the power is still insufficient, but this is already the strongest water rune I can draw. What should I do? Should I use a formation?
Lin Moyu pondered, and his soul showed the same expression. His soul inadvertently noticed the refining formation a few feet away. The refining formation was continuously refining the power of faith. Lin Moyu had a sudden inspiration.
The power of faith. What if I inject the power of faith into the rune?
He now harvested 100 units of faith power daily, and with the accumulation over time, his faith power had exceeded 40,000 units. Faith power could enhance spells, so why not runes? Moreover, faith power could be integrated into runes, as evidenced by the faith formation. With his thoughts clear, Lin Moyu immediately began drawing runes. The Source Water rune was drawn again, followed by the Thunder rune. The combination of the Thunder Rune and the Source Water Rune had proven effective, so no changes were needed. Lin Moyu then extracted Faith Power and injected it into the Source Water Rune. With the infusion of Faith Power, the Source Water Rune became increasingly ethereal and its aura rapidly intensified. Lin Moyu didn't hold back on the Faith Power, pouring it in generously. The Source Water Rune became more and more ethereal until it turned completely transparent, hovering between reality and illusion. Only then did Lin Moyu stop. The Source Water Rune had reached its limit. Any more Faith Power might cause it to explode. The transparent and ethereal Source Water Rune, connected to the Thunder Rune, flew into the sky. The Thunder Rune exploded as before, serving as the fuse to trigger the Source Water Rune. Boom! Amidst the thunder, Lin Moyu felt the entire secret realm tremble violently. The ground shook, the sea surged backward, and the world seemed to turn upside down, making it hard to distinguish between sky and earth. Laws roared in the sky, and water dragons reappeared. Alongside the water dragons, brilliant star rivers appeared. These star rivers of laws represented the ultimate manifestation of law power, belonging to the might of the divine sovereign. Only the power of rules from the other shore realm could surpass the star rivers of laws. The ancient runes in the secret realm indeed possessed the power of rules, but they were too few to resist the power of the star rivers of laws. Countless seawater was drawn into the sky, transforming into dragons of laws. The dragons roared, continuously striking the sky. The star rivers of laws poured down, aiding them. Boom! The world shook again. The sky shattered, and countless black water poured down. The rain instantly intensified, turning from heavy rain to a torrential downpour without any prelude.
The sky is leaking.
Lin Moyu looked up at the sky and murmured. The sky was filled with countless holes, and black torrential rain poured down, turning the secret realm as black as ink. The entire secret realm was dyed black, and the rainwater invaded the soul. In this situation, ordinary cultivators could only retreat. If they didn't, they would surely die. The next moment, Lin Moyu looked down at the island.
The torrential rain has arrived. It's your turn to appear.
The island began to tremble, and the tremors grew stronger, as if something terrifying was awakening. Lin Moyu stood in the torrential rain, with the black rain blocked by the golden armor rune. However, only the physical rain was blocked, not the essence. The torrential rain was different from before. It fell not only on the body but also on the soul. In Lin Moyu's soul world, a torrential rain was also occurring. The rain carried immense power, trying to drag his soul into an illusion. But Lin Moyu's soul world was too strong. Unless he willingly allowed it, it was impossible to succeed. Lin Moyu felt the torrential rain and murmured,
So the torrential rain is the black water.
1641, 1641. Chapter 1641. Subordinate second only to the skeletal kings. A large amount of black water appeared in the sea, forming clusters that looked very alluring. If Lin Moyu wanted black water now, he could simply use his soul power to scoop it up and obtain many portions. The tremors in the secret realm became more intense, thundering loudly. Immediately after, a beast's roar resounded through the heavens and earth. The island suddenly rose up and grew larger. A massive amount of black water simultaneously flowed towards the island. At this moment, the torrential rain also transformed into a waterfall, no longer covering the entire secret realm but pouring down like a reversed Milky Way onto the island. The island was completely dyed black, with a crystal-like luster appearing on its surface. A huge head emerged, resembling a dragon's head. Then came the limbs for short, thick legs that also looked extremely similar to dragon claws. After that, a long tail covered in spines followed. The island had become its shell. Lin Moyu was slightly taken aback.
Xuanwu?
The rune beast was almost identical to the Xuanwu, with hardly any difference. However, the Xuanwu was a mythical divine beast, the core of the Xuanwu battlefield, and the source of power for countless celestial beasts in the Saint Venerable realm. The Xuanwu was undoubtedly an existence in the other shore realm. Lin Moyu had guessed that whether it was the Xuanwu, Zhuke, Qinglong, or Baihu, they were at least at the Saint Venerable realm. But this Xuanwu-like creature before him had not even reached the Saint Venerable realm. It was merely a superficial imitation. Even if it possessed the power of ancient runes, it could only compete with the weakest Saint Venerables, and it would still lose more often than not. Lin Moyu did not take action but calmly watched as it revived. He could not attack before it fully revived, or else the second stage would not be triggered. The strategy guide clearly stated this as part of the rules. 1 minute later, the Xuanwu rune beast raised its head and roared towards the sky. The waterfall reversed its flow, and the world instantly became clear. The Xuanwu rune beast then let out another roar towards Lin Moyu, as if challenging him. It had finally revived, and Lin Moyu had been waiting for a long time. 1,000 skeletal god generals appeared, clad in golden halos as they charged down. The Xuanwu rune beast spewed out a massive black water stream, like sharp arrows striking the skeletal god generals. The black water stream was composed of runes, containing the power of rules. Without the golden armor rune, the skeletal god generals would have been severely injured by the black water stream. The power of rules, even if not much, had already reached the threshold of the Saint Venerable realm. Even if the skeletal god generals could win, they would have to pay a price. But now it was different. The golden armor rune shone brightly, and an illusory golden armor hovering between reality and illusion blocked the black water stream. The golden armor's light flickered, only undergoing slight deformations. The skeletal god generals surrounded the Xuanwu rune beast, their sword energies thundering as they launched a siege. The Xuanwu rune beast's defenses were extremely powerful. Its entire body was covered in a black light, like armor, blocking the attacks of the skeletal god generals. Lin Moyu watched for a while but soon lost interest. With the enhancement of the golden armor rune, the skeletal god generals' defenses had greatly increased. They could look down on minor Saint Venerables and even withstand attacks from Saint Venerables for a short time. Their defense was sufficient, but their offensive power was lacking. The skeletal god general's attack power had reached the peak of the minor Saint Venerable realm, but the Xuanwu rune beast's defenses were also extremely powerful. For the time being, the skeletal god generals could not kill it. They could certainly grind it down over time, but that would require a long period. The strategy guide also mentioned that the minor Saint Venerables who had previously passed the first stage could temporarily unleash the power of a Saint Venerable within a short period. It was by relying on the power of a Saint Venerable that they were able to kill the Xuanwu rune beast back then. As for Lin Moyu, after the skeletal god generals besieged it for a while, Lin Moyu had already understood the defensive power of the golden armor rune. He did not want to waste any more time, so with a light tap of his finger, 100 legion commanders appeared. Accompanying them were their legions. 1,000,000 skeletal dragons roared in the sky, forming a black mass that darkened a large area of space. The legion commanders had not taken action for a long time, as they had not encountered a suitable opportunity. Although the legion commanders were not numerous, with only about 200 currently formed into legions and ready for battle, their combat power surpassed that of the skeletal god generals. They were existences second only to the skeletal kings in the undead legion. 100 legion commanders radiated a powerful aura. The pressure of the Saint Venerable realm rolled down towards the Xuanwu rune beast. The legion commanders had already reached the Saint Venerable realm, comparable to the weakest first-tier Saint Venerables. Although they were the weakest among Saint Venerables, a Saint Venerable was still a Saint Venerable. The legion commanders raised their battle blades. Brilliant rivers of laws appeared, one after another. The signature of Saint Venerables, the rivers of laws. Over 100 rivers of laws manifested simultaneously, an awe-inspiring sight that made one's heart tremble. When the rivers of laws appeared, the skeletal dragons led by the legion commanders all entered their respective rivers of laws. The rivers of laws immediately swelled, and their immense power poured into the legion commanders. Their laws were called the legion laws, a very special type of law. Seeking fresh flowers, they did not have any particular attributes but could enhance the strength of the entire legion. The legion commander's power surged again, instantly rising from the weakest first-tier Saint Venerables to the peak of the first-tier Saint Venerable realm. Any single Legion commander taken out could contend with a first-tier Saint Venerable. On the Legion commander's battle blades, a gray light circulated. That was the power of death from the Undying Law. They not only gathered the power of their Legion members but also gathered the Undying Law from their Legion members. Each undead Legion carried the Undying Law. Now, the Undying Law was gathered together, and its might had become astonishingly powerful. The Xuanwu rune beast roared frantically, as if it sensed the impending danger but was powerless to stop it. The Legion commanders swung their battle blades, unleashing a torrential power of death towards the Xuanwu rune beast, delivering a fatal blow. With their combat power, they could suppress the Xuanwu rune beast even in a one-on-one battle, let alone 100 against 1. The laws thundered and exploded. Under the Legion commander's attacks, the Xuanwu rune beast was instantly shattered into ashes. Lin Moyu witnessed all of this without the slightest surprise.
The rivers of laws played a role in gathering and fusing. Each type of law has its own characteristics. The Legion law is at least a peak second-tier law. The Skeletal King possesses the Bone Law and also carries the Undying Law. The two combined greatly increase its combat power. The Legion commanders are the same. I don't know what kind of law the Skeletal God Generals will manifest after reaching the Saint Venerable realm. Will it be the Bone Law like the Skeletal King?
The Skeletal King and the Skeletal God Generals shared the same origin, so there was a high probability that they would manifest the Bone Law's rivers of laws. This question would likely be answered soon. Lin Moyu knew that as soon as he advanced another tier to the 6th tier of the Divine King realm, the Skeletal God Generals would reach the Saint Venerable realm. At that time, he would have a total of 50 million subordinates equivalent to first-tier Saint Venerables. The army of Saint Venerables formed by the Skeletal God Generals would be the nightmare of all races. 50 million Saint Venerables, only those from the other shore realm would be able to handle them. Even peak Saint Venerables would have to fight for a long time. With the Xuanwu rune beast's death, the island it was on had also disappeared, with the seawater rushing in to form a black whirlpool. At the same time, a small whirlpool also appeared beside Lin Moyu. He could use this whirlpool to leave the secret realm. The whirlpool carried the aura of the Divine City Star domain, and the voice of the Human Emperor network also transmitted through it. 1642 1642